We're talking with Carla Reyes, Director for the Paid Family Medical Leave Program in the Employment Securities Division. My name is Maria Sigüenza. I'm the Executive Director for the Commission on Hispanic Affairs. Carla, welcome. We're really excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really pleased to be able to come and share information about this really important new program that will be a benefit to all businesses and employees in Washington State.
Yeah, I have been hearing buzz about this program, about how it's the #1 in the nation, which we're really, really proud to have you leading the implementation of.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the program is currently housed under the Employment
Security Department.
Employment Security Department. And how long have you been implementing the program?
So the bill that implements the law passed in July of 2017. And most of the team has really been on board since April, this past April of 2018, and working diligently to build the program.
Wow.
We're building everything for the program from the ground up. All our policies, all our processes, our technology platform, bringing on our customer care team.
Yeah.
And standing up the program from scratch.
Wow, that is a lot of work
Yes.
in a very, very short amount of time.
Yes.
So let's dive straight into it. So we are wondering, we hear this buzz about this great program, but what exactly is the Paid Family and Medical Leave Program?
Yeah, so the Paid Family Medical Leave Program is a new insurance program in Washington State. It's for all Washingtonians who need to take time either to give or receive care, as we say, to be there for care. It's an insurance program in which the premium, the cost of it is shared between the employee and the employer, and for about the price of a cup of coffee a week,
Wow.
about $2.44 a week from the employee, they can take advantage of up to a 90% wage replacement in the event that they need to take this time to care for themselves or someone that they love. The benefit also is for small businesses. Small business assistance grants are available within the program because we know that very often small businesses struggle when they have to have an employee who's out. And so one of the benefits of the program is that when a small business, if they're under 50 employees, if they choose to pay the employer a portion, because they don't have to, but if they choose to, they can make available to themselves some small business assistance grants to offset the costs, either for replacement while their employee is off, or for other costs they may incur as a result. So it's really a benefit both for employees who need to take that time, either for their own care or for a loved one's care, and it's also really great for business in Washington State.
Wow, this is great. So you had mentioned that this program covers some events that an employee might need to take leave for. So can you tell me what type of events are covered under this program?
Yeah, so a lot of folks, when I'm talking to them, say, oh, it's a great new paternity or maternity leave program, and it would cover an individual who needs to take time to bond with a new baby, either one that they are giving birth to or adoption, for instance. But it's so much more than that. It allows for you to take time for an ill family member, for instance. So if my sister needed to have some cancer treatment, for instance, I could take time, paid time, to be able to take care of her in that circumstance. If I have a grandparent or an aging parent who maybe is at end-of-life care and I need to take time with them at that end of life to be able to provide that care, this program would afford me that opportunity paid, right? And one of the really exciting parts of the program is the military exigency. So we have, thousands and thousands of military families in this state. And one of the exciting parts of the program is that if those family members need to take time to either prepare for one of their service member to be deployed, to arrange childcare, for instance, or even to take some limited time if they come back for a short R&R, this program would allow them paid time off to do that. And that's a really great opportunity to make sure that our service members and their families have that peace of mind to be able to prepare for those deployments.
This sounds like a great program for Washingtonians. So I want to know when employees are able to take leave. Is this something that can happen tomorrow? for example?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
There's some work we have to do to stand up the program. So benefits could start being claimed. We'll begin processing them in January of 2020.
Okay.
And the time between now and then, we're building up the fund from which we'll be able to pay those benefit
Okay.
claims out of.
All right, so are people currently paying into that fund?
Yes, so starting in January, this past January 2019, employers began withholding the employee portion of premiums from employees' checks,
Okay.
and holding those so that they can begin sending both wage reporting and hour reporting to us along with those premiums. We'll anticipate start receiving those premiums in April. So that over the course of 2019, we can build that fund. So come January 2020, we can begin offering this benefit.
Great, so now I'm starting to connect the dots. Our HR system head, or our HR department had reached out to us and said, hey, you guys are gonna be paying a couple dollars into this fund, and so now I understand that it's going to this program.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what does an employee need to do in order to be able to take this leave, take advantage of the program?
Sure, so we are still writing the rules relative to benefits delivery. So there'll be more details to come around exactly the application process. But in general, in order to take the benefit, an individual has to have worked 820 hours in the previous year period, or the qualifying period we call it, which is actually 4 out of the last 5 work quarters. So 820 hours. They need to give their employer notice, at least 30 days if possible, or as soon as practicable if not possible, in an
Okay.
emergency circumstance, for instance, that they need to take the leave. And then they'll submit an application for us to consider. And then if they meet the criteria, then we'll be able to issue them a weekly benefit amount. The minimum weekly benefit would be $100, the maximum weekly benefit would be $1,000 a week.
Okay.
And that's depending on their income.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
So you had said that you need to be working, what is it,
820 hours.
820
over the previous
hours.
year.
So what if, is that in one job, or can those 820 hours be added, for example, if I have 2 jobs?
That's another really exciting part of the
Yeah.
program, is that one, it's portable between employers. So if I go from one employer to another, I don't lose those hours and have to rebuild them.
Okay.
And also, if I'm working for more than one employer, all the hours and the earnings over both or multiple employers are added up to determine whether I've met the right number of hours and to determine my weekly benefit amount.
Wow.
So that's a really exciting part of the program.
That is really exciting. So it's really great to hear that if I leave one job, my hours accrued don't stay with that job, they follow me.
That's right.
Perfect. So I know that the implementation of this program has been going through phases.
Mhm.
Can you tell me more a little about that?
Yeah, so as we said, we need to collect the premiums, we need to stand up the program. So our first real milestone was in August of 2018, we began processing voluntary plans. So the law identifies that some employers may have equal to or better plans than the state plan. And so long as they're operating at least a commensurate plan, they could operate their own.
Okay.
And so, but we need to review those plans to make sure that they meet the minimum standards. They're not less, they don't cost more to the employee, and they don't offer less coverage. And so we started processing those voluntary plan applications in August. The next sort of big milestone, it was in January, employers started collecting the premiums if they were going to collect them.
Okay.
And I think it's important for folks to understand that employers don't have to collect the premiums from the employees. They can, or they could choose to pay the employee portion.
Okay.
But if they do collect the premiums from the employees, which many will, of course, they have to do that out of each paycheck. They can't do that
lump sum
down the road or recoup previous amounts they haven't collected. So in January, they needed to start collecting those premiums out of each paycheck. And then next, we'll start collecting those premiums this spring to build our fund. And then January 2020, we'll start issuing benefits.
Wow, that is, like I said, really impressive on the timeline from when the bill passed in 2017 to full implementation of the program.
Yeah.
It's great. So what kind of employers report on this program?
Every employer in Washington, with the exception of federal government, is exempt from the program. And tribal employers or tribal governments are able to opt into the program, but they aren't required to participate.
Okay.
But every other employer is required to report and submit premiums. Some folks don't realize that some community-based organizations or faith-based organizations or churches would be considered an employer, and so I think it's important to note that if they have employees, they are considered an employer and they would be reporting into the system. Also, under the federal FEMLA laws, certain small businesses are exempt from FEMLA, and those small businesses under the Washington law, they still participate in the program. So if you have 50 or fewer employees, you don't have to pay the employer portion of the premium, but you still do need to collect the employee portion of the premium, or pay it if you choose to pay it on behalf of your employees. And you still need to remit those premiums and report wages and hours for those employees. So there's a lot of misconception out there about small businesses don't have to do anything, and the reality is there is a role for them in this process as well.
So that is going to be very important. We were just talking about the kind of employers that report into this program, and I'm wondering what happens if I were self-employed and owned my own company?
The program does allow for self-employed individuals and independent contractors to opt into the program. And actually, we hear quite a lot from small self-employed businesses, independent contractors, that when they've looked at the program and the benefits it offers and the cost of the program, they're very excited that for the first time maybe they can take advantage of or have available to them a benefit in these to take in these times where they need that care or they need to be able to take care of their loved ones. So we're very excited about the opportunity to engage both the self-employed and independent contractor communities and be able to offer them this benefit as well.
That is probably a really important safety net that people are going to be able to build into their business, right? Because if you're self-employed and maybe the only person in your company,
That's right.
that's a huge catastrophe if you had to take leave
That's right.
from your business. So the phenomenal program. This has been very, very enlightening, and like I said, I can't contain my excitement about this kind of program here in Washington State, so thank you.
Can't either. Thank you for having me.
If someone were to have any questions, for example, where can they reach out?
Yeah, so they can come to our website at PAIDLEAVE.WA.GOV. There's a lot of great information there, including toolkits for employers about what to do and information they can give to employees. There's information there for employees who may want to take the benefit in the future.
I'm really excited to have you back so that we can talk a little bit about the application process once you have all of those details smoothed out.
Yes.
So we really welcome you back.
We'd love to come back and share more information about the program as we build the benefits application processes and move forward later this summer. And also I'd encourage folks to keep an eye out on our website, because that's where we post all the latest information that becomes available. I'd like to say we give you information as soon as we know it, and the best place to find the latest is on our website, again at www.paidleave.wa.gov. You can also contact us from that website.
Okay.
And we would love to engage with folks. I would encourage, we have a lot of webinars and outreach opportunities, and we do post those on our website. So the website's really the place to go to get more information.
All of the information. And do you have the website in Spanish?
We do have the website in Spanish.
And I hear that website it routes you to a completely different website that is completely translated. So we'll make sure to post the link down below for you guys to access it.
Yes.
But like I said, thank you so much for coming and visiting, and it was great to have you.
Great to talk to you today. Thank you.